Hey, Mom. Is it alright if I stop by after work?
Yes, that's fine. Did something happen?
To be honest, I'm a little low on cash this month. Would I be able to borrow a bit of money?
Ugh, seriously? You're a grown man. Do you really need to be asking your mother for money?
Come on, no matter how old you get, you're never too old to ask your mom for help, right?
You're making money on your own, aren't you? I'm the one who needs the money. I'm living on my pension after all.
You've always had more money than me, even now. The pension pays pretty well, and there's the inheritance from Dad, too. You've been putting that away, haven't you?
Don't be demanding money from your elderly mother.
Come on, please! I want to buy an air filter for my house, but it's a little expensive.
What do you need an air filter for?
My allergies started getting really bad this year. Air filters are supposed to help with that, so I wanted to get one. But the proper ones are kind of expensive. Please! The allergies don't let me sleep properly.
Oh, I guess it can't be helped. But I'm only paying for half, not the whole thing. Paying the full price would spoil you a little too much.
What? Only half? Well, it's better than nothing. Thanks.
Really, Johnny, you're always being spoiled by me, especially in regards to money. I guess it's better than before when money used to just disappear from my wallet.
That was so long ago. That was back when I was still a student, right?
You also used to use my credit card without asking. Both your father and I really had our hands full.
That was just the silliness of youth. I don't do things like that anymore. I'm not a thief.
I know, you've finally grown up.
Of course. I'm already 30 years old. And I'm married too.
That's true. But I can't believe you really got married, even now. I really didn't think you'd be able to settle down.
What? You just thought I'd go around aimlessly my whole life? Give me a break, Mom. What kind of son do you think I am?
Remind me who it was that skipped school, went out all the time, and was unable to graduate from college? And then, after breaking off all contact, who was it that came back ridden with debt? It's because I know you well that I say things like that.
I guess those things did happen too. I really did some stupid things in my youth. There's no way I can live my life in that way anymore.
You're lucky there was a woman with such a big heart who was willing to marry you. I'm so thankful to her for marrying an idiot like you.
An idiot? Is that really something a mother should tell her son? But you're right, my wife really is a saint. There really isn't anyone with a bigger heart than her.
Make sure you don't take advantage of her kindness. If you get too cocky, even a woman like that will reach her limit.
Don't worry, I'm telling you that I'm sincere and faithful to her. I've always treated my precious girlfriends well too.
Despite your carelessness, you've always been popular with the girls. I wonder why.
Well, they always tell me it's my cute looks that make me popular. I'm all my older relatives' favorite as well, aren't I?
Women are probably just amused by how unreliable you are. I wouldn't want to be with a man like you.
What a horrible thing to say! Even though I get my looks from you.
Well, you've always been very good at flattery, I'll give you that. I wonder if that's why. Oh, I probably spoiled you too much as a child.
Hold on a sec. You're talking as though you didn't raise me right.
I'm just joking. I think you've really grown up and become an upstanding man compared to what you were before. You've been able to hold down your job for a long time, too.
Yeah, it's been 5 years now. Well, don't worry. I don't plan on quitting anytime soon.
I bet even your late father is relieved.
Right? Sure, I still run out of money sometimes, but it's not to the point that living gets difficult. I've really learned to control my spending since becoming an adult.
I'm glad to hear that.
Hey, Mom, do you have some time to talk? My wife is acting really horribly. I can't stand it anymore. I'm basically on the verge of tears.
What? What's happening between the two of you?
She's turned into some kind of monster. Let me vent a little.
You're talking about Stacy, aren't you?
Who else would it be? I only have one wife.
But you were singing her praises not long ago. You said that there couldn't possibly be a better wife than her. You even called her a saint.
I couldn't see things clearly at the time. She was pulling the wool over my eyes. But she's finally revealed her true self recently. She's a really deceitful woman.
What are you talking about? Just tell me what happened.
She's supposed to be a housewife, but she doesn't do anything at all. All she does is lounge around at home and doesn't do anything even when I get home. I've been eating TV dinners this whole time. It's not like I'm picky with food or anything. A simple meal for dinner would be totally fine.
She doesn't do anything?
Nothing at all. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't even take out the trash. Despite not doing any housework, she keeps spending all the money. She's even started cheating on me.
Cheating? Are you sure?
There's no doubt about it. I saw her going to a hotel with some random guy.
Saw her? You mean you saw her yourself?
She was acting all strange, right? So I pretended to go to work and followed her to see what she did. That's when I saw her go into that hotel.
I can't believe it. Then it must be true. Plus, she doesn't work at all, does she? That's horrible.
That's what I'm trying to say. Messing around with some guy using the money that I work for. I can't forgive her for this.
I would never have thought she was that kind of woman. Let me talk to her.
No, don't say anything.
Why?
Because I haven't said anything to her yet. If a third party got involved out of nowhere, it caused problems. I'm so scared what she might do out of revenge.
Revenge? What are you talking about?
That's something else I found out recently. She loses all control when she gets angry. That's why I don't want to do anything rash and surprise her.
Really? I guess you never really can tell what a person is like.
So, if possible, I'd like you to help me out in another way. And at the moment, I haven't been really able to work. I've been so shocked by how much our relationship has changed in the last few months. My health has really been affected by the stress, and I'm not able to do as much as before. I went to the doctor, and he said it was from stress too.
Could it be depression? Make sure you go see a psychologist.
I did go once, but I didn't really get along with the doctor, so it didn't continue.
Don't push yourself so hard. Something similar also happened to my friend's child recently. He developed some emotional disorder and quit his job. It's almost impossible to fully recover from mental disorders, so make sure you take this seriously.
Yeah, I can't really move around so well right now, so I took leave from work.
But it's your wife that's the source of stress, right? Even if you take a break from your work, that won't bring an end to the problem.
But taking a break from work has eased my mind a little. Now I think I'll be able to face my wife, but the stress from my economic situation is pretty bad. Sorry, but would it be possible to help me out with some money?
I got it. In this situation, it can't be helped.
Thank you!
But I really can't believe it. She had such a horrible personality this whole time. How didn't you realize this sooner?
She just changed completely out of nowhere. Took me by surprise too.
Even though you've been married for over a year now, I guess you never know when people will show their true colors.
It could be that she got bored of me after a year.
Got bored? Oh, how heartless! You really made a mistake choosing to marry her. Stacy, I've got something I want to talk to you about.
Of course, it's been a while. What's going on?
I heard from my son. He told me not to get involved, but I feel so bad for him I can't help but say something. Don't you think your actions are all going too far?
Sorry, but I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Oh, don't play dumb. Spending all of his money, even going so far as cheating. Not only that, because of you, now he's ill. Of course, I won't forgive you for that.
Me? Spending all the money? Cheating? He's the one who cheated. What are you saying?
What?
I don't know what you heard from him, but the one spending all of the money and cheating is him.
No way. It can't be.
And he's been unemployed for the last 6 months too. I'm the one who's working to get us by.
6 months ago? Wait a minute, what's going on?
I'm also completely lost.
He's really unemployed? He's not just taking temporary leave.
If you don't believe me, you can call his old company and ask them yourself. That's the fastest way to get the truth.
Is it true that he cheated on you?
Yes, I have proof. He told me himself and asked for forgiveness. It was the first time he did it, so I decided to forgive him. but decided not to give him any money for a year as a punishment.
So that's why he came to me asking for money.
He asked you for money?
He said that he was so stressed from the shock of finding out that you cheated on him that he couldn't work anymore. Then he asked me to help with some money.
What the hell? How could he lie like that? Not only that, but he's making me out as the bad guy and himself as the victim, even though I was the one that decided to overlook him cheating on me.
So he's the one lying to me.
You believe me?
What you're saying makes far more sense. You've also got proof. I'm so sorry, Stacy. I just started blaming you out of nowhere.
Don't worry about it. It can't be helped since he lied to you. If you found out that your son's wife had cheated on him, of course you'd be angry.
How can I make it up to you? I'm so sorry for my idiot son.
You're a victim here too, aren't you? There's no need to apologize, but we really can't just let him get away with this.
Of course not.
I shouldn't have forgiven him for cheating. I feel so utterly empty right now.
Of course. Stacy, there is no more need to forgive him. You should get back at him as you see fit. I'll also do what I can to help. Where on earth are you at this time?
I've been looking for a job. I went to a recruitment agency.
Don't lie. There's no doubt that you were out somewhere partying or drinking.
I don't have money for that. You know that. I don't have any spending money at all.
You've got the money that I gave you, right?
Me? I got no money from you. What are you talking about?
I gave you some after our discussion yesterday. You said that Stacy was cheating.
Huh? Is that you, Mom? Why are you using Stacy's phone?
Because we're together at the moment.
No way. You contacted her? I told you not to stick your nose into it. That's a problem that's between me and my wife.
You just said that so your lies wouldn't be exposed. I've heard the whole truth from Stacy. You're the one that was doing the cheating.
Me and Stacy have already discussed and worked through that. So it's got nothing to do with you. Don't bring it up.
You made her out to be a bad person just to get money from me. That definitely has something to do with me. I have a responsibility as your mother, after all.
I just had no money all of a sudden. And though I initially agreed that Stacy not giving me money was fine as a punishment, in the end it was too difficult. There's a limit to things, right? If I just asked you normally, you wouldn't have given me any.
That's right. Especially if I'd known the reason why you had no money in the first place.
Exactly. So I had no choice but to lie.
Didn't you even think how Stacy would feel when you said all those things about her? She even forgave you out of the kindness of her heart. How could you betray her in such a way, the poor thing?
I plan on talking through any misunderstandings with her afterwards. I didn't think she'd find out in such a way. But anyway, that's it, right? You've involved yourself enough, haven't you? From here, I'll talk with my wife.
It's too late. She wants nothing more to do with you. She wants a divorce.
What? Seriously? She really said that?
Yes. Also, you need to leave the house. You have a few weeks to pack your bags and leave.
What? So suddenly?
She's the one who signed the lease after all. You were completely in her debt. And even so, you did so many heartless things to her.
But how can she kick me out so suddenly? Isn't that kind of messed up? I don't have any money. I'll be homeless. What did she say?
She says, you can't live or do anything without me, can you? You've been spoiled by people around you your entire life. But I'm not going to take care of you anymore. Now it's time you paid back everything you took from those around you.
What? What should I do? Help!
Oh, do you really think that I'll help you in this situation? I don't think of you as my son at all anymore.
What's that? You're trying to disown me?
Exactly. Don't show your face around me ever again.
Mom, wait! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry I disappointed you! I promise I'll change!
Up until now, I've forgiven you for all the problems you caused, but this time I can't forgive you. I'm sure your late father also couldn't forgive you for this, so go wherever you want and live the rest of your life as you like. After that, Stacy was true to her word. She immediately divorced my son and kicked him out of the house. My son had no idea what to do and tried to run back home to me. But I had already changed the locks and he was unable to enter the house. He tried to call me from outside time and time again, but I ignored him, and in the end, he gave up and left. He honestly deserves even worse than what he got. I called all of our relatives and told them to not help him if he ever came and asked them. Afterwards, I heard a rumor from my son's old classmate. Apparently, he is now a live-in factory worker. It must be hard work. But maybe this will be enough of a lesson to fix him and make him change his ways.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Chrissy. Is little Finsley asleep already?
Hey, Hank. I just got Finsley off to sleep a few minutes ago. I'm lucky.
Ah, you kidding me? I was really hoping I could do a video call with him. We haven't spoken at all since I left for my business trip. I miss seeing that kid's face and hearing that cheeky little laugh of his. I guess it can't be helped if he's asleep. Rest is important when they're that age.
Right. I feel you, honey. You've been gone almost 2 weeks now. This business trip is a lot longer than the ones they usually send you on, huh? Can't you come home for the weekend or something?
I'm so busy with work right now, sweetie. We were supposed to be getting days off so we can go out and explore the city, but I've ended up working every single day so far. I'm pretty sure coming home for a whole weekend is going to be out of the question.
I see. That's a shame. I wish me and Finsley could come over and see you, but it's so far I don't think it's feasible. It sucks, but it's not really the kind of distance we can make.
Right. Finsley's still in elementary school. That kind of upheaval is the last thing he needs. You'd have to spend 6 hours on a plane to get all the way up here. And sitting still for 6 whole hours is the last thing our boy's capable of. He struggles to keep quiet for 30 minutes, let alone a whopper flight like that. I can only imagine how he'd torture you and everyone else on the plane.
No kidding. The thought of flying with him on my own is actually terrifying. It's not ideal, but I guess he's just gonna have to accept not being able to see his daddy until your work calms down.
Right. I'll have to just tough it out too.
Sorry, honey. Give me a call when your work settles down, okay? If Finsley's awake at the time, I'll make sure you finally get to speak to him.
Yeah, when work settles down. I did get off a little earlier than expected today, but he was already asleep. To be honest, I do think days like this might be the exception though. We normally do overtime.
Sounds rough. What's life like for you there? Have you settled into a routine yet? Are you eating properly?
I'm eating. I haven't had anything other than convenience store sandwiches since I got here, but I am at least eating. God, I can't tell you how much I miss your home-cooked food, babe.
How long do you have left? It's about 2 weeks now, right? Do your best to hold out until then. And when you get back, I'll treat you to the biggest, most delicious feast of your life.
Now there's an offer I can't refuse. Yeehaw. I can't wait to play with Finsley when I get back. Why don't you ask him if there's anywhere he wants us all to go as a family when I do? We should celebrate the occasion by going on a little vacation.
Sure thing, babe. I'll,
Huh? Chrissy? You just sent me a half-finished message.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about going on vacation with Finsley, right? I'll ask him.
Great, but what's up? Did something happen? Your message randomly cut off.
Oh, it's nothing. My phone's just been playing up lately is all. My battery randomly went down out of nowhere, and the message got sent before I was done writing it.
Yeah, that definitely ain't normal. Shouldn't you take it in for repair? The thought of not being able to contact you while I'm on business is a little scary.
Yeah, I do plan on taking it into the shop. There's a guy who does phone repairs at the market down on Peep Street. But I don't have the time right now. I have a bunch of stuff on my plate, and I'm crazy busy. So don't be worried if you get any more weird messages like that. since it'll probably carry on doing it every now and then. Sorry, honey.
All right, but you really should get it out for repair as soon as possible. I can handle having a few messages cut off now and then, but if it gets worse and we can't communicate, we really will be in trouble. Besides, you know how easy it is to put things off.
Yep, I know, babe. Anyway, I have to be up early in the morning. I'm gonna finish up with the housework and go to bed.
All right. I'm up early for work tomorrow myself, so I think I'll hit the hay too. I'm counting on you to look after Finsley for a little while longer.
You got it. Look after yourself, Hank.
Hey, Hank. I'm so sorry to message you out of the blue like this. But do you know if Chrissy's at home today?
Huh? What's this all about? I'm away on business right now, so I couldn't tell you whether Chrissy's at home or not. Why? What's wrong? Did something happen?
Well, you see, the thing is, little Finsley showed up on our doorstep, crying his eyes out. On his own.
On his own? But your house is like 2 hours away, Mom.
I know. Believe me, dear, I was surprised too. I tried asking Finsley what happened, but he was crying so hysterically, he barely seemed capable of speaking. I left him on the sofa watching his cartoons with a bowl of ice cream for the time being. But he doesn't seem interested in either. I tried calling Chrissy, but it looks like her phone switched off.
Ah, God damn it. She told me about this yesterday. Apparently her phone's been playing up lately. If her phone's off, it might be pointless, but I have to at least try getting through to her.
Really? Oh dear, what on earth should we do, son? This is all highly unusual. Didn't you have a landline phone at your house?
Nope, we haven't had one for years now. Hey, you said Finsley was crying, right? He's not hurt or anything, is he?
No, I don't think so. He didn't seem hurt when I checked him over on the sofa. But he was wearing his school uniform and backpack when he got here. So I think there's a chance he came straight to my house from school.
Is he showing any signs of calming down yet?
He's still crying his eyes out, the poor thing. He doesn't seem interested in either his ice cream or his cartoons, which is highly unusual given how obsessed with them both he usually is. I even tried giving him some of his favorite candy, but he seemed totally uninterested. Something must be very wrong for him to be this upset. I'm worried, Hank, and I don't have any idea what's going on. I can't even get a word out of him.
I guess all we can do is wait for him to calm down. For the time being, would you mind looking after Finsley there until I manage to get through to Chrissy? There has to be some way I can make contact with her.
Of course I'll look after him, dear. I wonder if she's out. Is that what she normally does around this time?
No, she's usually at home to cook Finsley's dinner when he gets back from school. I'm gonna contact the school and tell them to tell Chrissy to make her way over to your place if they hear anything from her. Can you believe her phone would break at a time like this? You couldn't make this stuff up.
I know it's unbelievable, Hank. It really is. But I suppose it can't be helped. By the way, are you free right now? If you wouldn't mind, I'd like it if you could try and speak to Finsley on the phone. Who knows? He might cheer up when he sees you?
Good idea, all right? I'll call you. Let me just go tell my boss I'll be away for a few. Hold on, okay?
Okay, dear. I hope your boss shows some consideration towards your circumstances.
It's fine. My boss ain't a hard ass or anything. He's actually a pretty cool guy. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right? I'll call as soon as I can. Let Finsley know he can finally see his dad again.
I'm so sorry to message you while you're at work, honey. Reply as soon as you get this.
What happened? Wait a sec. Is your phone fixed now?
This isn't the time for that. I just went out to the store for 5 minutes, and when I got home, our son was gone. Hank, what should I do? Should I call the cops?
Take a chill pill. There's no need to call the cops.
But Finsley's missing. How can you be so relaxed at a time like this?
Our son's been at my mom's house for the last 2 days. Why would I be worried?
Huh? Finsley's at your mom's house? But why?
Why? I'm pretty sure I'm the one who should be asking why. So go on, Chrissy. Tell me why. You just said he disappeared while you were at the store. Were you at the store for 2 whole days? While leaving your elementary-age son home alone?
No, it wasn't like that. Wait a second, explain yourself. What do you mean Finsley's at your mom's? Why the hell would he be there? I haven't heard anything about this.
Don't change the subject because answering my question is inconvenient for you. Finsley made his way to my mom's house. After school. All on his own. But that was 2 days ago. Are you seriously telling me you didn't notice our son was missing for 2 whole days?
Stop lying. There's no way I'd leave our son alone for 2 days. What kind of mother do you take me for?
I'm not lying. If you're not gonna come clean, then I'll have to tell you. Finsley told me everything. You're delusional if you think you can pull the wool over my eyes after what you did.
What I did? What do you mean what I did? I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop this. Stop it right now. I don't know what that boy told you, but do you actually think I'm capable of doing something like that?
Something like that? That's funny. I didn't actually say anything specific, did I? Something like what? Chrissy? Did you mean prioritizing the guy you're cheating on me with over your own son, by any chance?
No, I didn't do anything like that. I don't know what you mean. You do know Finsley's still in elementary school, don't you? If he told you the sky was green, would you believe him? I can't believe you think your 6-year-old son is more credible than your own frickin' wife.
All right, so answer me this. Why was Finsley on his own for 2 days straight? If it's just like you say, Finsley is an elementary school kid. It hardly takes a genius to imagine what could happen when you leave a kid that young completely on his own for 2 days straight. There's no way you didn't know what you were doing was wrong. Come on, Chrissy. Are you going to answer me or what? Or is this the part where you bullshit me about your phone being broken again? Or is it that you just have nothing to say because you know you're cornered?
How exactly do you go from Finsley was on his own to my wife's cheating on me? I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. I mean, seriously. I never had you down as being the paranoid type, Hank. I think all this work lately might be making you go a little crazy. How about going for a walk to clear your head?
Don't you dare try to gaslight me, you two-timing whore bag. I heard all about how you were with your lover the whole time ever since I left on my business trip. You even invited him over the house. Finsley told me everything. He told me about how you kept going out with lover boy for days at a time, each time getting longer and longer, before eventually you just didn't come back.
No, he was just a friend. Finsley doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. All we did was go for a few drinks together. Or is that a crime in your book too? Should a stay-at-home housewives literally stay at home all the time in your Stone Age view of the world? Okay, so maybe I went for a few beers with a friend. Shoot me.
Even if he's just your friend, it still wouldn't be acceptable to leave a 6-year-old kid on his own. Are you seriously telling me you repeatedly left our son on his own for days at a time to go out and get drunk?
Repeatedly? No. It only happened that one time 2 days ago, and only because I lost track of time.
Reading your pathetic excuses is making me want to throw up. I'm sick of you, and I've had enough.
Please, wait. Just hear me out for God's sake, Hank. I'm not cheating on you, I swear. I'm begging you to believe me.
I just got done handing over the shift at work. I'm heading home now. If you're serious about saving this relationship, then I suggest you come clean about the affair.
You're coming home? Now?
My son turned up on my mom's doorstep crying his eyes out because of you. Do you seriously think I can focus on my work in a situation like this? Let me make this crystal clear. You will not try and worm your way out of this by telling more lies. I want to hear a damn good reason as to why you thought it was acceptable to leave our son on his own in that house. If you don't have one, I have no intention of forgiving you.
Hank, please. Is this really necessary? Do we really have to get a divorce?
Why would you even ask me that after all this time? That's what I told you yesterday, isn't it? I'd have to be the most insane man on the planet to stay married to you for a second longer than I have to.
But I did what you asked. I admitted I was cheating. I thought we still had a chance if I owned up to what I did. How can you demand a divorce like this even though I played ball? You're horrible. I'm sorry about the affair. Please, just give me one more chance.
Didn't I tell you yesterday? I have no intention of forgiving you. No intention. Besides, isn't there something far more important than the affair you should be apologizing for first? How can you not understand that?
Apologize? For what? I apologized countless times for the affair yesterday. Do you want me to apologize some more? Because I will. I'll apologize 10 trillion times if that's what it takes to save this marriage.
Oh my God, you genuinely don't have any idea what I'm getting at, do you? It's not me you need to apologize to. It's our son. Do you have any idea how much your selfish, despicable behavior hurt that boy?
But Finley wasn't there yesterday, so I couldn't apologize to him.
So what? If you're genuinely sorry about what you did to him, you would have at least apologized to him over the phone by now.
Sure, I guess I can do that.
But what was the first thing you did yesterday when I confronted you? You tried desperately to convince me that you weren't cheating, with lies, and more lies. The only reason you ended up apologizing to me in the end was because you realized your lies weren't going to wash. You haven't shown an ounce of sympathy towards our son. Nothing. You have no right to call yourself a mother.
But still, don't you think divorce is a little drastic? Sure, I might have messed up this time, but I worked so hard as a mother and a wife until now. Surely that counts for something, right, babe?
You worked hard until now. Bullshit. You just did your best to make it look like you were. I feel like a portion of the blame lies with me, you know? I feel like the world's biggest moron for never noticing what you were really like this whole time. But you're a unique category of low-life scumbag.
Oh my God, Hank, stop it. Just stop it already. Why do you have to act like I'm the bad guy here? Isn't this a little unfair? What choice did I have? I was so busy and stressed with Finley and the housework all the time that I felt like I was losing myself, forgetting who I was.
So you cheated on me?
Is it really the end of the world? I was a full-time mother and a stay-at-home housewife. It's hardly a surprise that I needed to let my hair down every once in a while. Are you seriously saying you can't find it in your heart to forgive me for that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with letting your hair down. The problem is that what you did far exceeds that.
What exactly did I do that was wrong?
You said it yourself. Finley's still a little kid in elementary school.
So what?
You wanted to let your hair down. You worked so hard until now. What's your goddamn point? You think working hard gives you a license to abandon your son? You think it gives you a license to prioritize your goddamn lover over your own child?
Like I told you, I was tired of being a mom. I was at my wit's end, Hank. Do you know how hard it is to be a mother?
No, I don't. And I never claimed to, nor do I deny that it must be a very stressful job. But just because being a mother is stressful doesn't mean that you can just stop as soon as you get tired of it. You had no right to neglect our son like that.
It's not like I did it because I wanted to neglect him. I left him some food in the fridge, and I told him to make sure to lock the doors at night.
So what? You wanted medal? None of that justifies leaving him on his own for 2 freaking days. If you lack the self-awareness to realize, allow me to tell you, You lost the right to call yourself a mother the moment you abandoned our son. You neglected him in favor of the guy you were cheating on me with.
No, please. I was just de-stressing, decompressing. I was never serious about him.
What kind of mother decompresses by subjecting her own son to extreme emotional trauma? You destroyed our family irreparably beyond all recognition to satisfy your seedy, selfish desires.
Do you really mean it, Hank? Are you really going to divorce me over this? Surely you can find it in your heart to give me one last chance.
A family can't be repaired as easily as a smartphone. There are no such thing as second chances in broken families. I want you to do one last thing for me and your son before we part ways forever. I want you to take responsibility for destroying our family. After that, I filed for a divorce, and with that, the proceedings began. I filed for compensation using the chat logs of Chrissy, admitting to the affair as evidence. After abandoning Finsley, she was deemed unfit to look after him due to posing a danger to his well-being, which means I won full custody. Chrissy's relationship with her lover fell apart as soon as the divorce was finalized. I guess they were never that serious with each other to begin with. I take some satisfaction in knowing that my demands for compensation from both of them were ultimately what led to them breaking up. But on the other hand, it fills me with disgust to think that Chrissy abandoned our son to be with a guy who cared so little for her that he jumped ship at the first sign of trouble. Actually, the thought of it makes me feel kind of miserable. That said, when I think about the whole thing ultimately drove them to their emotional and financial breaking points, I feel a little better. Me and Finsley moved in with my parents after the divorce. I started turning down the business trips I'd been going on a few times a year so I could spend quality time with my son. I was worried he might still be shaken up and upset about being separated from his mom, but he got used to life without her, surprisingly. I'm not sure if it's because he resented her for the stress she caused him when she left him on his own, but in any case, he's happy, and that means I'm happy. I'm sure he's gonna grow both physically and mentally at an unbelievable pace from here on out. As for my part, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that being raised by a single dad never acts as a detriment to him, by doing everything in my power to ensure he has all the love, care, and guidance that he needs.
Hey Judy, how's your last night in our apartment going for you? You remember I'm coming over to pick you up at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, right?
It's going fine, George, thanks. I was just doing some last-minute cleaning.
Cleaning? I thought that basically all you had left in that apartment was our bed and some clothes. What are you cleaning for?
We have a little bit more than that left. And the property management company is sending someone to inspect the room tomorrow. I'd like to get as much of my security deposit back as possible, though I'm not expecting much.
Oh, jeez, that's right. Those security deposits are such a ripoff. They always find some excuse to keep most of it.
Yeah, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job of taking care of the place while we've been here. They're gonna have to work pretty hard to find an excuse not to return the whole amount.
You always were an impeccable housekeeper, just like my mom. She's so good at cleaning, I always had her clean my room back when I was living at home.
Well, that's because you're lazy, not because she's a good housekeeper. I mean, you're sitting at her house right now, eating her food and sleeping in your old bedroom.
Hey, don't make me out like I'm some mama's boy. She's the one who invited me anyway. She said she wanted to have a little more time with me before the big move. We won't be able to come by very often anymore. And speaking of which, why didn't you come along with me?
Well, I just figured that your mom wanted to have a little special time with just you before you go and take a job halfway across the country.
You were more than welcome. Actually, Mom was just saying that she missed you and wished you would have come.
Wow, really? Aw, it means so much that she would say that about me. She's been so great to me. My parents both passed away when I was still a kid, and she's been like a second mother ever since we started dating. I always felt at home whenever I was with her.
We're married now, Judy. She's not like a second mother for you. She is your mother. I know she'd want you to think of her that way. Sure, it hasn't been that long since we got married, but still. Might just take some time to adjust to your new relationship, but I hope that you always feel like you can count on her to help you out in your time of need.
Thanks, George. I know there's going to be a lot of physical distance between us, but I'll do my best to stay in contact with her. I'm probably going to miss her just as much as you will, if not more.
Hey, do not challenge me to a Who Loves My Mom More contest, okay? I will destroy you. But seriously, yeah, you should definitely do that. Mom would love it. Man, I'm really sorry about having to move like this, Judy. We basically just settled down into our married life, and now I have to move out of the state for work.
Don't worry about it, George. I understand. I said yes to the till death do us part thing at our wedding, right? I meant it.
Thanks, Judy. Makes me feel a lot better to hear you say that. I was really worried you resent me for this. I mean, your parents are gone, but all the people you've known all your life live around here, right? And now you have to leave that all behind and move to a strange land just for me.
As long as you're with me, that's all I need. We can move wherever you need to, and my friends are already talking about coming to visit us at our new house.
That's great. I'll do my best to get my work done as soon as possible so you won't have to be all alone in the house.
You better. Okay, I think I should get back to my cleaning now.
Gotcha. Thanks a bunch for that, Judy.
No problem. Tell your mom I said hi for me, will you?
It's time for you to check in, Judy. Where are you right now?
I'm at the house, George. I don't know why you need to ask me. You're tracking my location with GPS, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's just an app on your phone. What am I gonna do if you leave it behind and run away from me?
I'm not running away.
You got that right. I know you learned your lesson the last time you tried to go crying to the cops about me.
You really are something else, George. You actually had a fake psych report written up on me saying I was schizophrenic. And worse, those idiots at the police station believed you?
I told you not to waste your time trying to get the cops to help you, didn't I? This isn't the city. These are all backcountry bumpkins. I bet none of them even went to college. You're stuck with me, Judy. Forever. Get used to it. And if you know what's good for you, you'll never stand up to me again.
Seriously, George, please stop this. You constantly check my text messages, social media accounts. You put GPS trackers in all my bags. Every time you even get the least bit upset, you take it all out on me. And when I talk to you, you never listen to a word I say. What happened to you? You were never like this before we moved out here, George.
I'm sorry, what was that? Unless my eyes are deceiving me, are you trying to stand up to me right now? What did I just tell you, Judy?
I'm not standing up to you. I'm just asking questions. Is that so bad? By the way, when are you going to give me back my credit and debit cards? Shouldn't I at least be able to access my own money? I saved all that back up before I even met you.
Yeah, but we're married now, and what's yours is mine.
No, it's literally my money. I earned it by myself.
Sorry, Judy, but I don't trust you enough to let you have any money. At this point, you just used it to try and run away from me, and I can't have that.
Why do you think that is, George, Why do you think I want to run away from you? Are you maybe doing anything to me that would make me feel that way?
That's the bizarre thing. I haven't done anything to you at all. I'm out at the office every day doing my best to earn a decent living to support you. And you randomly start telling me you want to get divorced? Are you insane? We just got married less than a year ago.
You're not the George I married anymore. You changed completely the moment we moved out here.
You're full of it. I haven't changed at all.
Yes, you have. You shout at me all the time, and you even pushed me into the wall the other day. You don't let me have any access to money, physical or otherwise, and you forbid me from ever having any sort of contact with any of the neighbors. I feel like I'm gonna go insane if this keeps up, George. I can't take it anymore.
Sure you can. Don't be such a baby. All you need to worry about is supporting me from home. That's what I need from you.
I have been supporting you. I've been doing nothing but supporting you.
Oh yeah? What about the time I caught you trying to go to some concert while I was out at work?
What's wrong with going to a concert? It was one of my favorite singers ever, and the venue was just a short way away.
I'm not letting you spend my money on any stupid crap. I'm the breadwinner of this family, Judy. I decide how my money gets spent.
I was going to use my money, though.
You're a married woman now. You need to quit acting like some dim-witted teenager fawning over a rock band.
What am I supposed to do for fun, then? What hobbies am I allowed to have?
Your hobby is being my wife. That should be enough for you. And I'm going to take you on a honeymoon, so maybe you could show me a little bit of gratitude for that.
Really? You mean it?
My mom has been on my back ever since we got married. I kept telling her we didn't need a honeymoon, but she's just so persistent. Seems like every other day she's sending me a message like, "Did you pick out a location for your honeymoon yet?"
I see.
Oh, and just so you don't get any crazy ideas, don't even think about blabbing to my mom, got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I'll be checking your texts every morning and night, so I don't think you can slip anything by me either. I'll be home at 6 p.m. sharp tonight. Make sure my dinner is ready on the table by the time I get there. And it had better be good, you got that? Try to force feed me any crap like a salad or frozen dinners, then you're gonna be sleeping out on the deck tonight.
Mom, are you there? Please wake up.
Judy? Hold on a moment, dear. It's the middle of the night. My wits aren't about me right now.
I'm sorry, Mom. I wish I didn't have to wake you like this, but this may be my only chance to talk to you.
Goodness gracious. What on earth did you try and call me almost 100 times for in the middle of the night? Aren't you on your honeymoon with George right now?
No, I'm not. I'm on my way to your house. Please, Mom, I need your help.
What? What do you need me to help you with? And why aren't you with George?
Because I ran away, Mom. I had to. I just can't do it anymore.
What on earth do you mean, Judy? Oh no, did you and George have a bit of a fight?
No, it's much worse than that. Ever since we moved out here, George has changed completely. It's like he's a different person. He shouts at me, insults me, belittles me. He took all my personal savings and credit cards away. He never lets me do anything but housework.
George is doing all of that to you?
Yes, and it's not all the time, but he's physically abused me too. He checks my phone, email, and social media to make sure I'm not trying to call someone for help. He even tracks my phone to make sure I don't leave.
You can't be serious.
I am, Mom. Please, believe me. He let his guard down and left his wallet out in the open last night in our hotel room. I thought this was my only chance, so I took enough money for a bus ticket and ran away.
Hold on, dear. This is all too much to take in. I can't believe that my George would do any of that. And you too, Judy. Whenever you talk to me, you always tell me how much you're enjoying married life with my son.
He's watching over my shoulders when I talk to you, Mom. I couldn't tell you the truth. I just went along with what he told me to tell you so I could continue talking to you. He doesn't let me talk to any of my friends anymore, so you are my only outside contact. So please, Mom, please, just this once, believe me and not George. Please.
All right. I'll trust you for now. However, you'll have to do some more explaining once you get down here. I won't tell George a thing either, so get over here as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much, Mom. You just saved my life.
Judy! Where the hell are you? Goddamn ingrate. I took you on the honeymoon you wanted, and this is how you repay me? What do you think you're doing? Judy, answer me! I picked you up like a miserable, starving stray dog on the street. You had no parents, no family, nothing. I gave you everything.
I'm divorcing you, George.
What? Do you remember what I did to you the last time you said something so stupid to me?
I don't think I'll ever forget it, George, and I'm not going to let it happen again.
Thought I made myself clear, Judy. There is nowhere you can run, nowhere you can hide, and no one who will help you. Tell me where you are. Right now.
Why don't you take a wild guess, George?
Not playing your stupid games.
Oh, you're not fun. You used to be fun, George. We used to laugh and smile all the time, but all that changed once we moved. I suppose that's because you were sure that I couldn't run away from you anymore, huh? I have no parents, no siblings, no close relatives, and you took my phone and wrote a bunch of horrible messages to all my friends so they'd block my number.
And why do you think I did that, Judy? It's because you were being a stupid, spoiled brat. You brought it all upon yourself.
For a while, George, you almost got me to believe that too. I was getting yelled at every day over the most trivial things. I thought there must be something wrong with me. You would never behave like that for no reason. But your gaslighting isn't going to work on me anymore.
Gaslighting? You're so full of it. The problem is that you're an absolute failure as a wife. I was only doing what I had to do to help you understand that and be better.
Oh my God, seriously? You're gonna stand there and tell me that you were verbally abusing me for my own benefit?
Yes, and now it's apparent to me that I wasn't being strict enough with you. Now listen to me, Judy. You were going to tell me where you are right now. And if you do not, then once I find you, and I will, you are going to regret disobeying me. This time, I'm going to make sure you can never run away from me again.
I have never, in my entire life, been so disappointed in anyone as I am in you right now, George.
Who do you think I am, Judy? My mother?
This isn't Judy, George. And yes, I am your mother. Now, would you mind telling me what is going on here?
Wait. What? Mom? Is that you?
Yes, it is. Though after what I've just read, I'm ashamed to call myself your mother. What have you been doing to Judy? Why are you speaking to her like that? She is your wife, and you are her husband.
I don't believe this. I know that's really you, Judy. You're just pretending to be my mom.
Last night, at roughly 7:30 p.m., you sent me a picture of your dinner. After that, you told me that you had ordered some local produce to be delivered to my house, and that I should expect it here by Thursday.
Oh. It really is you.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Look, Mom, you don't understand. Ever since we moved out here, Judy has gone completely insane. I think it's the stress of living out here in a new area without any of her friends. It's almost like she's schizophrenic or something. She's always making up lies about how I'm abusing her. So don't believe a word she says. It's all the voices in her head, Mom.
I read your entire conversation just now, George. I have no reason to believe what you're saying is true. But even if it were, that's still no reason to speak to her that way.
Okay, maybe I went overboard a bit. I realize that. It's just that dealing with her insanity has been driving me insane.
Well then, it seems to me like the best thing for both of you would be to separate.
No, Mom, you can't say that. I love Judy.
Don't you dare pretend that you don't realize what you've done to her. I just about fainted when I saw her at the door just now. She's lost a terrifying amount of weight, despite having always been on the small side. She had bruises on her arms. Her eyes were dark and sorrowful. It was all I could do to keep myself from crying.
That's the schizophrenia, Mom. It does that to a person.
There is nothing wrong with her, George. You're the one who's lost his mind. You are breaking up with Judy, and that is final.
Never! I will never allow you to tear us apart, Mom. You know how much I love her, how much I care for her. Not to mention, I'm your son. Why would you believe her over me?
Because she has receipts, as you younger folks like to say these days.
What do you mean?
She recorded all your day-to-day interactions, George. I heard everything. Every insult, every shout, every threat. You're not going to escape responsibility for what you've done, George.
Those are fakes. She probably made them with AI. I've never been abusive to her. I love her.
Your mom isn't here anymore, George. It's me again.
Judy? You've got to knock this off right now. How could you go and tell those awful lies to my mom? Tell her you were lying. Now.
It's over, George. Give it up. There's nothing you can do to change my mind anymore. I'm divorcing you.
You're at my mom's house, aren't you? I'm on my way to the airport right now. I'll be there by this evening, so you wait right there.
Don't waste your time, George. I'm not at your mom's house anymore.
Then where are you?
At the police station. They're going to take me to a special facility that protects women like me from men like you. There's no way you'll ever find me.
Judy, marrying you is the best thing that has ever happened to me. You can't just throw me away like yesterday's garbage.
Oh, I can't I? You have no problem treating me like garbage. Every day you found a new, more creative way of belittling me. You forcibly cut off my relationships with my friends and used me like a slave. I know the truth now. You never loved me. You only married me because I was an orphan. You figured that there wouldn't be anyone to stop you from doing whatever you wanted to me.
That's not true.
It's true, though, whether you realize it or not. It's too bad for you, George. You thought that you would be able to control every aspect of life until the day I died, but I won't allow you to control me for 1 second more.
Judy, I'm sorry. I was wrong to speak so terribly to you. But you have to admit, though, you're partially at fault for making me yell at you like that. So can't we let bygones be bygones? You know that deep down, I love you and you love me.
What was that you were saying earlier about making me regret disobeying you? You said you'd make sure I could never run away from you again. What did you mean by that?
Oh, that? I was just angry, that's all. I didn't mean any of that.
No, I'm pretty sure you were dead serious when you said that, George. That was a threat that you had every intention of following through with. I'm never coming back to you. You're going to give me back everything you took from me. My savings, cards, all of it. And on top of that, I'm suing you for all the physical and emotional abuse you've put me through.
Judy, I'm really sorry. I mean it. I'll never do anything like that to you ever again. So can't we start over? I promise you, this time around, I'll do everything in my power to make you feel safe and secure in our home.
Sorry, but there's no way I could ever feel safe in a home that you're living in. And to think you had the nerve to call me a horrible wife? What kind of a husband abuses his own wife, uses her like a slave, and controls every aspect of her life? I'm going to start over, George, and there is absolutely no room for a scumbag like you in my new life. After that, the people at the place I was staying set me up with a great lawyer who dealt with George for me. It didn't take long for all the details of our divorce to be finalized. He does a great job of keeping up appearances to the outside world, so he was terrified when he found out the police were getting involved. He settled my lawsuit for his abuse out of court and swore under penalty of perjury that he would never attempt to contact me again. His mother went and got all my cards and money and returned them to me personally. I was telling the truth when I said that he had been physically abusive to me, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough hard evidence to charge him with any crimes. So George did manage to dodge serving any prison time, or even getting arrested at all. Part of me is extremely disappointed in that part of the outcome, but I also understand that it may be for the best. If I had succeeded in completely destroying his life, he'd have nothing left to lose. Who knows what he'd be willing to do to me then? No, I'm perfectly content in just getting him out of my life and getting a hefty amount of money from him in the settlement. George's mother was absolutely livid once she found out what kind of monster her son was, and once the divorce was settled, she formally disowned him. She also made sure to inform all of her relatives about our divorce, as well as the story behind it. Meanwhile, I went around to all my friends and told them the same information. Word spread around town pretty quickly, so I doubt he'll be able to show his face around here anytime soon. As for me, coming to this women's shelter has been an absolute lifesaver. It's such an unbelievable relief to not have to be afraid of George anymore. While the wounds from what he did to me may never fully heal, with the support of my friends and mother-in-law, I'm positive that I'll be able to get a great start to my new life.